In the sky, gazing far into the night, I raise my hand to the fire, but it's no use, 'cause you can't stop it from shining through. It's true, baby, let the light shine through. If you believe it's true, baby, won't you let the light shine through for you. In the sky, gazing far into the night, I raise my hand to the fire, but it's no use, 'cause you can't stop it from shining through. It's true, baby, let the light shine through. If you believe it's true, baby, won't you let the light shine through for you.
Hello, hello, hello everybody. Welcome. And more importantly, welcome to Dan. No, this ain't Dan. This is my housemate Steve. And basically, the reason why I've got Steve on is because he revealed a, shall we say, a celebrity encounter about myself. But Steve is now going to sit down here in the chair and he's going to tell you a funny story that he told me earlier on about me being kind of famous. So Steve, if you want to just sit in the chair.
Right, it's my chair now, is it?
This is your chair.
My turn, isn't it? Right, yeah, so basically last night while... Shall I talk it in as if you're here or not? You know,
just get on with it.
Just get on with it, he says. So last night, while Steve-O was trying to sleep, I presume, some guy wasn't in 2 doors down, and I took a package of what looked like gym equipment, big, massive, heavy boxes or something. And then later on that night, he came back to sort of pick up the parcel. And then I'm helping him with it into his house and everything like that. And he reveals along the way, he's like, you live with Steve-O, don't you? And it's like, yeah. How do you know who he is? And it's just like, I've seen him walking to work a few times. You know, he lives 2 doors down or what have you. And then he just happened to say, oh yeah, he was trending on Twitter. So someone 2 doors down from us who we don't know definitely knows who you are. So it's just like, that's that. And that's that. That's the story.
That's
Back
the story.
to the other Steve.
Steve can now go and well, you can do what you're doing.
Crack on with some more music, yeah. Well,
Cheers.
see you later.
Cheers, Dan. There we are, everybody. What a bizarre, strange story from my good friend Steve there. If you don't know, he's my housemate. Absolutely bizarre that somebody down the road knows of me via Twitter because of that poxy rant that I did. Incredible. Absolutely amazing. And who wants to bring on the real Dan? Give us a thumbs up in chat. Give us a thumbs up in chat and tell us if you want the real Dan to come on. Good housemate. He's a bloody brilliant housemate. He's a brilliant one. Steve. His dad's a Sheffield. He's from Sheffield. His dad's a Sheffield United fan, and his dad actually goes to a lot of the matches. Plus, he also watches via some Facebook stream that some old ladies do, would you believe, from Bramwell Lane. Bizarre. Right then, here we go, lads. Here we go. Let's bring on Dan. Danny boy! Are you with us?
I am, yeah. Me and Vince have just been slagging you off. What's going on?
See, that's what everybody should be trending on Twitter.
As well.
Slagging. I'm slagging you off, mate. It's my favourite. I've told you this before. It's my favourite way of going to a staff party and everybody's feeling a bit tense. And essentially it's just, right then, who do you want to slag off? And it just gets everybody chatting. Dan, let's get real here. Did you hear that story a second ago or not?
I got the gist of it at the end because I got really confused. I was in the waiting room with Vince and Dredd, and we were just like, who is this? And I was like, oh, it's Steve, your housemate. And I was just like, what? It just completely threw me off guard. But the fact that somebody from down the road recognises you because of that infamous rant that you did on Twitter, essentially.
Like, I don't live in Torbay anymore. I don't live in a small, tiny area. I live in I live in a small area within a very, 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 very large city, and somebody 2 houses down the road who I have no idea who they are. Extraordinary. Cannot believe that for 1 minute. It is Firetog. Oh, by the way, everybody, thanks to Firetog that's in this is the last time I'm going to say it, but thanks to Firetog. If you didn't see on my Twitter at Elite FPL Steve-O, thanks to Firetog and Brew, I am now the proud subscriber to Now TV, which enables me to watch Sky Sports. Which, what does that mean, Dan, for Sunday? What does it mean, Dan?
It means you'll get to see Arsenal beat Spurs on Sunday.
Oh, there we are, everybody. It's up on screen right now. Jason's kindly done the thumbnail for me. Yes, myself and Dan are going to be covering the Spurs versus Arsenal game where, according to Dan, they're going to beat them. They're going to beat them, Dan. Now, more importantly, Dan, we've got more important news to discuss, which is, do you want to make the announcement about yourself being part of Elite FPL again?
Yeah, basically, back again, mate. More comebacks than Frank Sinatra, more lives than Mesut Ozil. But yeah, back from the dead. Delighted to be back on the channel. And really looking forward to be part of the team again and actually, sort of having more of a official role, should we say? Yeah,
without boring everybody to death, essentially, myself and Jason, felt that as Dan being a long-term friend, also one of the, or if not the OG of Elite FPL, I felt me to push Dan to be part of the show more on a regular basis, and Jason agreed. And essentially, Dan and I will be a permanent fixture for previewing and reviewing each game week, and hopefully, Dan, the odd watch along as well, if it matters from an FPL perspective.
Yeah, definitely. Now that we've both kind of got access to being able to watch the games, it'll definitely make it a lot more interesting with lots at stake as well. So, just really looking forward to it. Really, it's quite exciting.
There's lots and lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of people watching at the moment. I'll just quickly give a couple of shout outs to Brew, Mark, Niraj, Aman Dylan, Vince, James Gabriella. Boo is here. He's saying you got to love the history. I know Cy Bellamy's here. Dread's here. And there are many. Nathuku and Luvu is here. FPL Fozzie, I just said to Steve actually. Pika Blinders is here. Georgie boy. Georgie Borgie, pudding and pie. Oh yeah, actually, FPL tips have just arrived. So Dan, you've got a fan here. You've got a fan here. Do you want to say hello to Bryce Gibson?
Hi Bryce Gibson, how's it going, man?
He's saying we can get a face cam. Well, I've got some good news, everybody. Dan will be getting a face cam, so I'm going to be getting Jason to come onto my laptop to sort out getting face cam for Dan and maybe other guests. Yes.
Well, he won't be. I doubt he'll be saying that when I actually sees my face, but it will be nice to actually be on the stream physically, so to speak.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. It'd be a lot different, and I think that it gives a bit more. It gets a bit personal that way, doesn't it, Dan?
Yes, yeah, definitely. You can convey your emotions across to the audience even more, so they can see the pain in my face when I don't know, Kane gets a hat trick on Sunday or something.
Yeah. Dan, the biggest question that I've got for you is: have you free hitted?
Right. Okay. So I haven't, but I was speaking with our good friend. Shut up. I was speaking with our good friend, Mr. Vince, Bruno Fernandez, Grealish Hernandez, Pedro Mendes. I can't remember his last name. Vince Chapman in the waiting room, and funny enough, he's actually facing against me in the head-to-head league. This particular game week, I think it is, and he was trying to talk. He's talking me out of doing a free hit, but with logic in mind. That it's still relatively early in the season, and talking about not playing a goalkeeper. But I said to Vince, Vince, mate, I mean, we've got Cancelo, Sterling, who played against Porto. Pep Guardiola went with a strong team against them during the week, even though they'd already qualified. And then, of course, Grealish, Watkins, Martinez, even Kilman as well. Even Kilman as well came off for a 1-point cameo against Arsenal last game week. So it's a real pain in the backside. I know we can't swear on this channel, but it's a real pain in the backside.
Yeah, so one of the things that you're going to have to learn, Dan, you cannot swear on this channel. What was I going to say quickly? If anybody's watching this now, Brew making the point, hit that like button. Let's do all the... Why should they hit the like button, Dan? Why should they do it? Or do I have
because it's the best FPL stream out there. That's what kind of question's that? I've already liked it myself.
We want to get in the algorithm, Dan. We want to get in the absolute algorithm of YouTube. So, that's what we want to do. Get in the algorithm, and once we're in the algorithm, other people from outside the world can see us. So there we are. So, just talking of Vince, I know there's a couple of people in the waiting room. By the way, if there's anybody new, keyword being new around here, that wants to join me and Dan for the predictions of Gameweek 11, by all means, jump into the waiting room of Discord and we will go through that. Let's just quickly bring on Vince for 30 seconds. Vince, are you there?
Hello?
Hello?
Hello? Sorry, I was in the other room there.
Right then,
How's it going?
Dan was just saying about your dissuading him to do his free hit. Why?
Just because I think it could be used better in the future game weeks. So, I mean, if you've got 5 fires and one of them's your goalkeeper, you're probably going to get 2 points from your goalkeeper. So you could just not do a transfer there, bench the other 2, and maybe do a -4.
So, despite the fact, if we bring up Dan's team now, where are you, Dan? Where are you in the Tourville Elite? I know you're just a tiny bit. Yeah, there we are. Right. So this is Dan's team. Everybody up on the screen now. So the issues are as follows when we look at it, as he's just said: Martinez, Kilman, Cancelo at a push, Sterling at a push, Grealish, Watkins. Who's got no bench players whatsoever, and you're saying just do a -4, Vince?
No, I'm not actually looking at this now. Jesus, potentially Kane, but Kane should hopefully be okay. But yeah, Cancelo and Sterling. Oh God, Kilman.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
Come on.
I mean, the thing with it is, guys, is like last week. The 4 game weeks prior to that, I've been doing really well, and then last week I got all risky and I was like, let's take that -8, let's get Sterling in, go against the crowd, blah, blah, blah. Oh, Villa have got... But to be fair, Villa have got a nice run of fixtures. But of course, they're not playing tonight. That's the thing.
No, but have you had them for a while in terms of you'll lose money on those assets if you take them out?
So I got Watkins in last game week. Martinez and Grealish I've had for quite some time now.
Yeah, it's a tricky one for you, mate. And also the way I look at it is...
It's not tricky at all, Vince. It's called hit the free hit, get on with it, and away we go. Stop beating about the bush here. What are you talking about?
He's got all night staying up thinking what he's going to do about this free hit.
Yeah, but the thing is, Vince, I don't want to get relegated this season. I want to stay up. I'm not like Jason and Steve-O that are up in the stars, hitting the top 10k or whatever. I've got to, sort of make sure that I don't.
What are you after, the England job or something?
Gareth Southgate, the man that could try to get England and Middlesbrough relegated on his career CV. But no, I mean, God, I don't know. I'll probably muck that up as well. I don't know, but yeah, I mean, all right. Put it in the chat then. If you think I should free hit, say yes. And obviously, if you don't think I should free hit, say no.
There we are, everybody. And the thing is, Dan, I've got the chat as live. So literally, as I'm speaking right now, they're hearing the words. FPL Fozzie is saying no. FPL Tips is saying no. There we are, Fozzie. What do you mean no? Karma, baby, no. Everybody's saying no.
Gabriel Derop, come on, there's a fellow gunner there. He's saying no.
Oh, you bunch of...
I'm just looking at it. You're playing 5 players this week.
So what exactly do you suggest Dan does then? Just take a hit? Because I'm sorry, but that team is... Let's just say...
Disgusting.
They want to see... You know what's happening here? They want to see the meltdowns. That's why I've been missed off the channel. It's not because I'm like an FPL guru. It's just all the mistakes that make them feel better about their team.
Well, you'll probably have a double meltdown this week because you're playing Tottenham as well.
Yeah, that's going to be a very hard, and the fact that they've got the fans in, because the fans were in obviously last night against Vienna, and obviously it was really nice to see them back. But I think it gave the Arsenal players like a lift. Obviously pretty straightforward win, but for Tottenham that's going to be a big advantage, I think.
Let's hope so.
Vince, I'm going to
Why, Vince? Why?
Yeah, go on, Steve. Sorry.
No, answer Dan's question. Go on, answer Dan's question. What's the question, Dan, quickly? Why what?
I don't know why I said that. I just said why? Why?
No, Tottenham are on a vein of good form this season, so I just think they're the better team, honestly. It's no banter or anything like that.
Ooh, there we are, Dan. What's your right of reply, quickly? You just agree?
Form is temporary. Class is permanent. I saw someone wearing a Spurs shirt earlier on. I thought if she says anything to me, I'm going to say that to her. But I thought, well, it is nearly Christmas, so maybe I should leave off a little bit. So I kept my mouth shut.
Vince will bring you on later on if you're still here. If not, then you're not.
Yeah, no worries.
So me and Dan are going to get on with the predictions because no one wants to join us, Dan. What have you got to say to that? No one new anyway. No one new wants to join us. What have you got to say to that?
I'm missing out. Come on. I mean, this is your chance to have your say and predict some games and that, and tell your friends all about it on social media.
At Elite FPL. Let's just get on with it, Dan. Now, Dan doesn't know this. Ooh, Dan, you're unaware of this.
The trivia.
Oh, how do you know about that?
Because I listened to a bit of your stream yesterday.
Oh, did I? Oh.
Yeah. You mentioned it.
So basically, Brew's screaming at me. Who wants to watch the gym video? Dan, do you want to watch the gym video? If I can bring it up.
Yeah, can do.
Let's bring up the gym video. Brew is he's doing a Brian Tavares there. He's screaming. He's wondering what the hell's going on here. So essentially, I was filming this prat at the gym. I guess some backstory to it, to be honest with you. Basically, stop playing that. Don't do that. Some prat at the gym already. This guy here, he'd already irked me immediately by essentially he was on the squat rack doing curls, but I decided right then. So you see the machine that he's literally stood in front of, the Smith machine. So I went over to it and I started stripping the weight off. And this guy comes over after he's just done some ridiculous curls on the squat rack that he said, "Oh, I'm using that." And I went, "Oh, are you? So then can I use the bar that you're using over there then?" And he went, "Oh, do you want to use it, do you?" And I went, "Well, yeah." And he went, "Yeah, go for it then." And throughout the whole set, while I was in kind of like in his area like I am here, constantly eyeing me up, and this I noticed his behaviour when he was doing these curls. Now admittedly I've clipped the video down to 2 seconds, but it's just the attitude at the end of just deliberately dropping the weight. Let's put some sound to it. That's it. Go on, Dan, throw it down. Yeah, I'm so big and strong that I gotta smash the weight down. Muppet. Honestly, these people like this, I've never seen this guy before. Like, normally get to know the regulars are and everything like this, but he spent more time, would you be surprised, down on his phone, texting away than he was actually trying to actually do correct movement and stuff. Oh, it's just pathetic. Drives me up the wall, to be honest with you, but there you are, Brew. Just for you, mate. But yeah, people aren't here for... what do you call it? Gym workouts. They're here for your predictions, Dan. But yeah, like I said, I'm going to be throwing in some trivia questions for Dan, and it'd be cool if the people in chat want to participate in these questions as well. Don't cheat. It's a waste of time. Dan, don't look at the chat when I do these trivia questions regarding the certain fixtures.
Okay.
I was going to do a trivia question for each match, but I thought it will take forever. Doing this. So essentially it's the usual story of we'll be going through the fixtures, I'll be telling you what the history thinks, and then I'll be telling you what the best captaincy choices are. In my opinion, it's the 4-man City players and Jamie Vardy, basically. And so here we go, Dan. First off, we kick off tomorrow, 12:30. It's Burnley versus Everton. What's your thoughts ahead of this particular fixture?
Well, I mean, obviously Burnley coming off the back of a battering by Manchester City, but prior to that, getting a win and getting a draw beforehand, and sort of back to basics, defensive solidarity. Everton disappointing against Leeds, beat Fulham. It's a tough one to call, but I'd say that Calvert-Lewin could get some returns here. Was a bit frozen out last game week, but I feel like Burnley can score as well. I'm going to go... I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw.
I remember when we were last doing this, and it seemed like you were copying me or I was copying your results, because guess what, Dan? I've gone 1-1 as well. I think that Everton's away record is pretty pants, to be honest with you. It's not particularly that great. And there's something about Dyche that once we... Ironically, when Everton battered us 5-0 on Boxing Day a couple of seasons ago, we turned our form around. We get battered as ever by Man City. Can we turn our form around? Yeah, I think we can. And I'm expecting us to score first. I think either Chris Wood or Jay Rodriguez, if he starts, will score. And Everton will be on the cuff, and they'll eventually get a last-minute ditch goal by either Richarlison or Calvert-Lewin. And I'm going 1-1 as well. Fozzie's saying 1-1. Tips is saying 3-0 to Everton. Jamie T, 0-0. Brew, 0-0. Dread FPL, 1-0. Naraj, 1-1. Yeah, like I said, I'm going 1-1. Dan's going 1-1. The history, Dan, is going 1-0. The last three, the home team has won to 0. Twice for Burnley and then 1 to Everton. And also, this is now going to be part of the trivia question. So listen up, here's a trivia question on this particular fixture. Twice in the last 4, Everton have received a red card. Now then, on the 5th of October 2019, Dan, Coleman was sent off in a 1-0 loss. He got 2 yellow cards. But which player was sent off for Everton in a 2-1 loss at Turf Moor on the 3rd of March 2018? Can you guess which player it was? I'll give you 3 guesses.
This is a solid one here.
Yeah, well, we gotta start off tough.
Right, okay. 2018. Bloody hell. Richarlison?
No, that's one down. The Raj said Richarlison, no. Gomez, no. Pickford, Carmine, no. Leighton Baines, no. Why am I giving you some clues here?
You give me loads of clues here, mate. Dinya?
No. I'll give you one more clue. It is a defender.
Okay. Jagielka?
No, they don't. I don't even think they play. In fact, I know they don't play for them. Ashley Williams.
Oh, yeah. I don't know if that guy's still playing, but yeah, I wouldn't have guessed that one, to be fair.
Now they're on to the big one. It's the game where everybody's going to be captaining. Going to be captaining a player. It's Man City up against Fulham, of course. Fulham off the back of that wonderful result against Leicester, 2-1. But I'm sorry, Dan, but this is going to be a mauling for Everton, for Fulham here. Man City are going to continue their clean sheets, and I'm going 4-0 to Man City, Dan.
Yeah, I mean, I think Pep was talking before the Burnley game that there was going to be a goal spree, that they were ready to kind of unleash on opposition, and they did against Burnley. Sorry to remind you, but clean sheet against Porto. I mean, Fulham have improved. I've said this before, they look really good. I think they could cause some problems on the counter-attack. I have this sneaky feeling. I don't know, I just have this feeling like that Fulham could get a goal. Just to sabotage anyone that's doubling up on Man City defenders, or, possibly get an Edison in. But I'm going to go with what the majority will be saying here. I think it will be a comfortable win for Man City. They got such a good squad, and I think it will just be 3-0 Man City. It's not too dissimilar to yourself.
Just want to say well done to Hyper Shots for getting the Ashley Williams answer right. Well done, pal. Fozzie saying 3-0. Brian Tavares is saying, I've got to tell you, Kevin De Bruyne, captain. Neves is saying 4-0 City. Jamie T 2-0. Brew 6. Naraj 4. Seblong 4. Karma Baby 3-1, expecting them to score. Andre 2-2. Get a grip of yourself, Andre. It's not going to be 2-2. Well, the history's going 4-0. 20 goals over the last 6 fixtures have been scored versus Fulham. 13 of them have been at home. So yeah, and Fulham's returns versus City away at the Etihad have essentially been 0. So I'm not expecting much from Fulham. Now I do have a trivia question from this particular fixture. Here we go, Dan. This should be a bit easier for you. Should be. So listen up, everybody, if you want to be part of this. So, on the 26th of January, 2020, Tim Ream was sent off after 6 minutes, and City won 4-0. Now, I'm deliberately not going to give away the date for this. Actually, no, stuff it, I will. On the 23rd of March, 2014, there was also a player sent off for Fulham, and City won, I think it was 5-0. And the player that was sent off was Amor Bieta. But on
Sounds like an ice cream.
On that day, which Man City player got a hat trick?
Ooh. 2014. Man. Checo?
No.
Aguero?
No. Dan, I'm disappointed. You're the man of knowledge, and
Come on, these questions are solid, Steve. Even Man City fans would struggle with this. David Silva?
nah, it was a midfielder. It was Yaya Toure. 2 of them were penalties. 2 of the goals were penalties. Well done, Brew.
This is another one that's still not retired yet.
Yeah, Bashkabora was straight in there. Matthew Azashi, Faris. Well done. Oh, Hypershots didn't get it this time. Didn't get it at all. He went Negredo. Remember Negredo? Niraj,
Yes,
Yaya, Dilip. Well done.
He was a beast.
Yes, he was indeed. He was indeed a beast. Now then, we move on to Jason's team playing away from home. It's West Ham. Oh yeah, the history for the City players. So I've gone Kevin De Bruyne, Sterling, Mahrez and Jesus versus Fulham. Now it's only been 4 starts, so to speak, 4 matches that these players would have been able to play versus Fulham. So here we go. Kevin De Bruyne, a bit like with Burnley, basically not played. 2 starts, 0 returns versus Fulham. Sterling, 2 starts, 1 sub-appearance across 4. He's got 1 goal. Mahrez, 1 start, 3 sub-appearances, 0 returns. Jesus could be a bit of a player under the radar. 2 starts, 1 sub-appearance, 2 goals. And those 2 goals actually came very, very recently. So maybe, Jesus could be the one to have. But yeah, it's not looking good for Fulham whatsoever. But yeah, West Ham, Man U, Jason's Man United. Do you know what, Dan? I'm expecting this to be an extremely tight game, but it's the usual story that I always say. I am expecting Man United to come through this, but I really wouldn't be surprised if this ended as a draw or even West Ham to win it. But I've gone in favour of Man United 2-1. What are you thinking on this fixture, Dan?
As I said before when I come on stream, really impressed with West Ham this season. They've had some excellent results. Excellent win over Villa. Really well organised. Making the most of the players that they've got. I think this is going to be a very tough game for Manchester United after losing to PSG midweek. The pressure is on next week against Leipzig. So maybe their eye will be a little bit on that game. So I don't know. I'm thinking this game will be a draw. And I'm going to go 1-1, actually.
Do you think that Antonio's a good shout for this game?
Yeah, potentially. I mean, Antonio, as I say, is always a player I rate. And wouldn't it be ironic if David Moyes, who sort of so much maligned, sort of came back to put the boot in Man United? I'm sure he would enjoy that. But, you've still got Fernandes there for Manchester United. His away form this season's been excellent. There were some signs that he was looking a bit tired midweek because we've been relying on him so much. But Rashford got a goal. He loves playing against PSG. But going back to Antonio, I mean, yeah, United's defence could be a bit of a differential there.
Bilal saying 2-1. I don't know what that was about. Bilal saying 2-1 United because we lost to PSG. Hashtag Ole bounce back ability. Neves is saying 2-1 West Ham. 2-0 to Man United. Naraj is saying. Dilip is saying was that 3-0? It is 3-0. So, they're saying Antonio is actually ruled out for this game week. Oh, what a shame.
Oh.
Typical. Absolutely typical. So Antonio isn't an option after all. Wasted time. Seblong saying 2-2. Operum is saying 3-2 to United goals. Well, they're not going to score. So basically, West Ham are going to lose this 2-0. I might. In fact, I'm going to change my prediction, Dan. I'm going to go 2-0 to Man United now because without Antonio, they are useless. Despite the fact that they had a good victory the other day, but the history is saying 2-1 as well. So basically, the last 3 at home, West Ham have won 2 and drawn 1. There's been 2 clean sheets in that fixture as well. Now then, we move on to Chelsea versus Leeds. A very, very tough game. A team in Leeds that love to attack, don't change their plan whatsoever. And Chelsea with an absolutely incredible defence at the moment. Dan, what are you saying on this game?
Yeah, I mean, Chelsea Leeds, it just the proper game this, isn't it, really? Leeds back in the big time. I do have a bit of a soft spot for Leeds. And very impressed with them in I've seen the last 2 games. Obviously, they should have beaten us. Brilliant win away to Everton. I like the look of Harrison. I thought he played pretty well. Dallas is an interesting one. He seems to be defence, then he's into midfield, then back in defence. And yeah, I mean, obviously Chelsea have been really solid. They're keeping the clean sheets all over the place at the moment. One against Spurs, Sevilla, Olivier Giroud. Getting his 4 goals, an absolutely incredible performance. And it just like rubs more salt into the wound that he's not an Arsenal man anymore. But there we go. That's football. But yeah, I mean, it's going to be a tough game. I think Chelsea are going to edge it out, but there's not going to be a lot in it. I'm going to say 2-1 Chelsea. And hopefully Chilwell will get a return.
You're expecting Leeds to score. You see, I'm not. I think Chelsea, defensively, they're looking solid. At Stamford Bridge, they're absolutely incredible. Leeds away results have been excellent this season, but I think Chelsea are going to be good enough to hold off Leeds. I'm agreeing with Neves and Frederick here saying 2-0 to Chelsea. Fozzie saying 3-0, 2-0 Chelsea, Karma Baby. Naraj saying 2-1. FPL Maestro saying 2-1 Chelsea. I'm saying 2-0 to Chelsea. What did you say, Dan? Sorry, 2-1.
Yeah, 2-1 Chelsea. I think it'll be another good game, actually.
Yeah, the history's going 2-1 as well. Chelsea won 5 out of the last 6. 3 out of 3 at home, all wins. Now then, the final trivia question, everybody. Final trivia question for you to listen in for and to get involved with. The last Premier League match at Stamford Bridge. Can you guess? This isn't the question, Dan, but just for a bonus. Can you guess what year that was? The last time this fixture in the Premier League was played at Stamford Bridge. Right. Which year?
Think about this. The 2004?
Well, Cameron Rawcliffe, congratulations. Well done, Seb Long. Well done. Bang on the money. 2004. Right then. Well,
thank God I got one right.
Cameron, this is specifically directed at you then, but Dan, obviously you can answer. Please do not read the chat, Dan. Chelsea won 1-0. Who scored the only goal of that fixture? Who got the goal for Chelsea?
Just trying to think about the players they had at that time.
2004.
Good Johnson?
No. Cameron hasn't come in yet. No cheating. Don't cheat.
What's the point in cheating? Who else did they have at that time? Gronkaya?
Hey, Dan! Hey!
Is that right?
Yes. Oh. Jasper Gronkia. No one even in the chat has got this. Well
Danish
done
player,
to Dan.
yeah.
So congrats.
Decent player, yeah.
Well done. Big points there. Well done, mate. 15th of May 2004. Jasper Gronkia scored for Chelsea. Well done, my friend. Oh, Cameron didn't have a... I love that, Cameron. You knew the result, you knew the year, but you didn't know who the scorer was. Shame. Shame that. As David Brent says, Fozzie, shame. Shame. Oh, God. Let's just quickly gloss over this particular fixture. West Brom versus Crystal Palace. Just give us the score prediction, Dan, unless you really do have anything
Come on,
to say.
Steve-O. Show some respect to the West Brom Massive and the Crystal Palace boys. Tough game, a 6-pointer. Once again, West Brom bouncing back again. The baggies bouncing all the time.
I think the word is boing, isn't it?
They can, boing, whatever. But yeah, Palace just been a bit hopeless recently, haven't they? Really, without Zaha. I'm going to say West Brom's confidence will be up and they will win. And I'm going to go 2-0 West Brom.
2-0 West Brom.
I'm not really sure on that game.
I'm going an absolute dire 0-0. But if Zaha's playing, I'm going to add a 1 to that. So I'll probably... If Zaha is playing, I'm going to go 1-0 to Crystal Palace. It's going to be awful.
Makes a big difference, doesn't he? He's stating the obvious, but he does inject that energy into that team. Yes, could be.
The history saying 2-0 to Crystal Palace. 3 wins out of the last 4 for Crystal Palace away from Selhurst Park. And in all of those victories, it's been clean sheets. All clean sheets. So there we are. Moving on to Sheffield United versus Leicester, and a player in this game. Oh, well, Fozzie saying 0-0, Naraj saying 0-0, West Bromwich Albion 1-1, Karma Baby saying, Neves is saying 1-1, a boring game, Al Dante 0-0, Maestro 1-0 Palace. So, yeah, Sheffield United versus Leicester. People could be captaining Vardy, obviously, last night. Leicester, did they lose, did they, Dan?
I'm not sure, actually.
I think they lost last night. I'm pretty sure they did. With Sciencu coming off after 16 minutes.
Oh.
Yeah, so there we are. Brilliant. Just when they get him back, he goes off injured again. But yeah, I don't think this is going to be good news for Sheffield United. I think that Leicester are going to sweep past them, and I'm personally going 2-0 to Leicester, Dan.
Yeah, I mean Vardy, obviously a big Sheffield Wednesday fan. He'll be loving putting the boot into the blades. And like I say, Sheffield United have been struggling to score goals. Brewster's not the answer. So the January transfer window, they'll be looking to strengthen their team. I think Leicester will get back to winning ways. They've got Pereira sort of on the way back as well. So that's a big bonus for them. I'm going to copy you. I'm going to go 2-0.
Yeah, lots of people here are saying they lost 1-0 last night. Thank you to FPL Craze there. Neon popped out saying Leicester 2-0, 2-0 FPL Maestro, 2-1 Ella Jones is saying 3-0 Leicester, but Vardy not scoring. What have you got to say to that? To Suleiman saying 3-0 to Leicester, but Vardy not scoring.
Well, I mean, if Leicester get a big win, I expect Vardy to be,
in amongst
on the score sheet myself. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, for Sheffield United, they've got to win a game. They really have to win a game, so they might sort of just go for it, and then obviously that's going to suit Leicester on the counter-attack. So it really is kind of how Chris Wilder sets them up, really. But I don't think it'll be easy for Leicester, but I do expect Vardy to get a return.
Frederick 3-0, Matthew Zaishi saying 3-0 with a Vardy brace, Arabia saying 2-0 to Leicester. So, on to the big game, the game that you and I are covering, Spurs versus Arsenal. Take it away, Dan. Oh, just before you say that, the history for Vardy versus Sheffield United, 3 starts, 2 goals, 1 assist. So yes, the big game, Dan. Spurs versus Arsenal. Take it away.
Yeah, I mean, obviously last night was a nice break from the Premier League.
Where's that Lacazette come from? Full of
exactly.
confidence.
I mean, well, the thing is, Steve, there's no pressure in that because we've already qualified for the next round. We wanted to secure top spot, so there was that to play for. But in all honesty, the fans were back, and it was nice to hear them singing. And I think that gave the players a real lift, and I think it made a real difference. And yeah, I mean, when Lacazette scored that goal, I was loving it because it was just nice to see us score a great goal and actually shoot from long range as well. And yeah, there was lots of, but then of course, you know, no disrespect to Vienna, beautiful city, but obviously the opposition is not Premier League standard. But yeah, there was more confidence and flow last night. But you know, you could flip back a week and say the same against Mulder away, where we won 3-0. It's the Europa League. Tottenham away. Tottenham are looking really good this season, as much as I hate to say it. You know, they had their 3-3 draw in the Europa League themselves. I mean, the thing with, like, obviously last Sunday I watched the game and I was a bit angry afterwards, and I said some stupid things in the Discord.
What did you say?
I kind of regret. No, I was just saying let's get rid of Arteta and all this. I was just getting. I can't swear, can I? I was just getting. I was just getting annoyed. So, but then the next day I was like, what? You know, I mean, all this chopping and changing managers and stuff. It is a bit reactionary, but I think, you know, form goes out the window. I set up defensively, maybe a draw in this game. You can tell that I want to say something like a more positive result, but I can't quite. My rational brain can't quite do it. So I'll say 1-1. Cross my fingers. I mean, Mourinho's saying about Kane. Kane's going to play. It's just all mind games. He does this. He did this with Son, which was very, very annoying when they went away to Man United. So yeah, I think, you know, Arteta will set up defensively. I mean, we have, you know, we've had some big wins against the sort of top 4 opposition over the last few months. It's just games at home when we've had to come on to teams that were kind of expected to win, or, you know, looked on to attack the teams. That's when we've struggled. So yeah, what are you saying?
I think this is going to be an extremely tough game to call. Very funny enough, I think this is very similar in a way to the Chelsea-Leeds game. I think that you've got a team in Chelsea that don't concede goals. You've got another team in Leeds who like to attack. And it's very difficult to see. It's almost like two, you know, magnets with opposite ends. They're just bouncing off each other. In this case, you've got Arteta, who will set up defensively not to lose. Mourinho is going to set up defensively not to lose. And I've got 1-0 Tottenham, but it really wouldn't surprise me if this ended 0-0, 1-0 to you lot. I can't see it being both teams to score. I don't know why. I don't think both teams will score. I think it's going to be a very, very low scoring game. Arteta will have a plan to stop, you know, Son, Kane, and well, I'm assuming it'll be Mora playing up top with Son tomorrow, because obviously Kane will be sitting deep, and then Son and Mora will be the ones that Kane is going to be trying to feed to push through. So this is going to be hard. Obviously, your result last night, it was great. Talking of which, great to see the fans back, wasn't it?
Oh, wonderful! Yeah, it's just a different feel when you're watching the game, and it was nice to see the players like applaud them and stuff. And I think that's going to make a big difference. I know the fans aren't in the tier 3 areas, so in a way, it's a big advantage for those in tier 2 in terms of the region that they're based in. So yeah, even though the ironic thing is, like, even though there was only 2,000 fans in it, felt like they made more noise or the same level of noise that, like, I don't know what, I'm trying to remember the capacity, that's 65,000, 66,000, whatever it is. It's just things that you take for granted, I suppose, and the fact that they're back in they're like, oh wow, we're actually in the stadium and let's make the most of it. Like, not take it for granted that you're actually at the game and able to enjoy watching it live.
Arabia 2-1 Tottenham. The Aubameyang comeback. Forget it, mate. And Antoine saying 3-2 to Arsenal. 0-0 Madeline. Brian Tavares saying 1-0 Spurs. Andre saying 2-0 to Spurs. It seems quite split. You got Yonkin saying 2-1 Arsenal. Operium saying 2-1 to Arsenal as well. It seems that we've got a lot of Arsenal fans in the chat, Dan. If you're an Arsenal fan, hit the like button. Mohammed, say hi to Mohammed, Dan.
Hello, Mohammed. How are you, my friend?
George is saying 2-0 to Spurs, and he's an Arsenal fan, so... yeah,
oh, wow.
All I will say, Dan, what do these people need to do when it comes to a Sunday?
They need to come, watch our stream, and watch me go absolutely bananas, and really try hard not to swear, because I don't want to come back on the channel and then have to leave because I'm foul mouthed or whatever. But yeah, subscribe to the channel, like the stream, and come along. And as Mr. T predicted in Rocky 3, it's going to be pain. So yeah, see you on Sunday.
Yeah, absolutely. Matthew Jones sums it up pretty much, saying, honestly, I can't see Arsenal turning up. Spurs should win 2-0. And up on screen, like I said, me and Dan will be covering this game. More importantly, I will be able to watch the bloody game. It's going to be great. It's going to be great fun. It'll be a lot of fun. We'll actually be able to discuss what the hell is going on for that particular fixture. Now then, Dan, we move on to the next game. Sorry, what was your score prediction?
I'm going 1-1. Hopefully Ramsey can get a goal.
Ramsey. Yaya, Toure,
Living
Ramsey.
in the past.
Remember that combination? I haven't actually said the history saying 2-1 to Spurs. Tottenham have won the last 2 out of 3 at home. So not a good ground there for you lot. Now then, on to Liverpool versus Wolves. Another team. Wolves have lost Jimenez now. I don't know how long he's out for, but he's now not really playing for a while. Wolves they can't score even with Jimenez in the team. Let alone without. I can't see them scoring whatsoever. If they're going to make it bloody tough, their away record versus the top 6 is excellent. But I think they're going to make it very tough for Liverpool. I think Liverpool are going to edge it though. 1-0, Dan.
Yeah, I think it's going to be another interesting game. I mean, they scored twice against us, but that's no mean feat this season. Wolves. Liverpool, kind of have had a difficult time of it. They did beat Ajax during the week. Just about edged them out 1-0. Brighton game, they were very unlucky. But against Leicester a few weeks ago, they do seem to they are the champions after all, just get these results when they need them. I think Wolves would be tough opposition. But yeah, I'm going to go... I'm going to steal yours and go 1-0 Liverpool.
Niraj 2-1 Liverpool, FPL Maestro 2-0, Frederick 2-0, FPL Picks is going to be ambitious 3-1, Salah, of course, the FPL assets, Salah 2, Jota with 1, Matthew Ziyech, of course, Jota coming up against his former club, Dan.
And what happens when players play their former team?
They either get sent off or they score a goal. So, Matthew Ziyech is saying 3-1 Liverpool. Karma, baby. Liverpool 1, Wolves 1. It'd be a Nuno masterclass. They haven't conceded more than once in their last 7 games. There we are, Dan. There we are. And then final. Oh, yeah, the history saying 2-0 to Liverpool. Liverpool have won 4 out of 6 of the last 6 fixtures. Twice. There have been a couple of clean sheets at home. So... hopefully there'll be a clean sheet for Liverpool there if Robertson actually starts. And then finally we end on Monday Night Football, a game which I may be able to watch, depending if I'm awake or not. It's Brighton versus Southampton, Dan, a kind of South Coast derby, so to speak. What were your thoughts on Brighton versus Southampton?
Yeah, it should be like a decent game. Obviously, Southampton had a great start against United, and then, United came back. Brighton got a good point against Liverpool, of course. So I think it'll be an interesting game. But I'm going to go Brighton like to attack. Ward-Prowse is looking good. I'm going to go for Southampton in this game, I think. I'm going to go... Let's go for a madness. I'll go 3-2 Southampton.
3-2. Southampton are no mugs. Defensively, they're solid. To be honest with you, Brighton, they play very, very good football by all accounts, but I don't know, they just don't seem to be able to score goals, and I think Southampton will be okay on this. Although, ironically, I am actually expecting Brighton to score. But I'm going 2-1, Dan. I think it's going to be very, very tight. It wouldn't surprise me if it was 2-0. Danny Ings was pictured in training. He could be someone maybe if anyone wants a punt to look at. The history is lovely for Southampton. The last 3 away at Brighton, they've all ended to 0 in Southampton's favour. 2 of them being 1-0. So maybe a 1-0 in there. Just to finally wrap up with a couple of people saying, Vipith saying, Vipith, I don't recognise the name. Hello, Southampton 2-1. 0-0, Naraj is saying 2-1 Southampton, Neves, FPL Bix 1-1. Mopay to miss 2 penalties. Yeah. Frederick 2-2 draw. Karma Baby saying 2-1 Southampton, 1-1 draw. FPL Fozzy 1-1 as well. Arabia finally saying 2-2 and Al Hawa saying 1-1 as well. This specific game week, other than the Spurs versus Arsenal game, I'll tell you what, it's not a bad game week from a fixture point of view. There's some good fixtures. Chelsea Leeds is going to be exciting, like you said. Liverpool Wolves, Spurs Arsenal. I think also seeing how many what Man City do to Fulham is going to be interesting.
Yeah, definitely. There's some interesting matchups. Like I say, I mean, people that own Leicester assets will be a bit burnt by their game against Fulham, I guess, because they put a lot of stock in maybe Vardy for that particular game week. And then going on to Man City, the anticipation is up now, really, after battering Burnley, clean sheet against Porto during the week. So, yeah, it's an interesting. Some other games that are quite tough to call, like Chelsea Leeds, Brighton Southampton. So yeah, it could be a good week to play the free hit pot potentially. I mean, it's a shame about Villa Newcastle, but this is going to happen during the season. That, obviously the situation with the virus and whatnot, that games will get postponed, and we don't know what will happen with that game. But it does make for a very interesting game week, really.
Well, let's talk about our specific upcoming game week with our players. So for me, I've got my team up on screen right now. For anybody listening on audio, I did 2 transfers. One I've already regretted. So that regret was bringing in Salah for Mane. I wish I'd just done Kevin De Bruyne in instead. But unfortunately, it was a rage transfer. Just sick to death of seeing Mane blank every bloody week, hence why he's going to score against Wolves. But then obviously this news came out about the Aston Villa game not being on, so I just brought in McCarthy for Martinez, because unfortunately I didn't have enough money to upgrade Thier to McCarthy or whatever goalkeeper I felt necessary to bring in. So for people listening on audio, McCarthy in goal, Chilwell, Zuma, Robertson, Walker. At the moment, he's my captain, Dan, to be completely honest with you.
Walker?
Yeah, but I think I may change it to Vardy. Okay. I think I may change the Vardy, but who knows? Salah, Son, Click, Torres, Calvert-Lewin, and Vardy, Dan. All looking good for me within reason. I'm hoping Torres starts versus Fulham. They were saying on the Llama Lounge last night that they're worried that Torres may not start. But for me personally, I'm pretty confident that he will get some minutes. I think it will be the same. Again, Mahrez, Torres and Jesus up front. But really, I know we've already discussed it, but the reality is, Dan, is that you're in the biggest pickle. You are in the biggest pickle regarding your team. Let's just bring it up, shall we? And the fact that you haven't hit the free hit button yet, tells me that you're quite an indecisive guy when it comes to this game. Do you just leave everything to last minute? What's the thought processes when it comes to you and this and your particular team?
Well, I mean, you know, I knew I was coming on this stream, so I thought it'd be a good time to talk it out and have a think and get the wisdom of the crowd. And you know, there's no, as I say, I've got till 11 tomorrow morning. So, I mean, I do remember you doing a wild card before 11 o'clock before. So, yeah, just I guess I knew I was coming on, so I thought I'd talk it out. But the more we've kind of dissected it, obviously with Vince's help as well earlier on, I mean, if I played, I took a -8 last week. The bottom line is I've got Kilman, Cancelo, Sterling, who potentially won't play or start. And then, you know, Grealish, Watkins, Martins, and no bench. And that's the thing that's really bit me in the backside, is the fact that my bench is a budget. You know, Mitchell obviously did well at the start of the season, Bernardo, and then Stevens. That's how I fitted all these kind of premium assets in. Like your midfielders, Sterling, Fernandes, Son, Grealish sounds great. And obviously the front three, Kane, Watkins, Calvert-Lewin, I think is pretty good as well. But to factor that in, you've got a non-playing goalkeeper, you've got 3 players, fodder players as well that don't play, enablers. But yeah, when you don't have a strong bench, it really can sort of bite you in the backside.
So, speaking with Vince, seeing what people are saying in the chat regarding, they were saying no to free hit. I think half the time people saying no to free hit, it's the usual line of save it for the double game week, save it when there's a bigger blank potentially on in the distance. I mean, if we were in your shoes, I mean, let's just say, for argument's sake, Sterling's benched. I reckon right, let's be real here. So there's Martinez definitely not playing. Cancelo, I would say he will be playing. Sterling, 50-50, so let's count him as a non-player. Grealish, definitely not, that's 3. Watkins, that's 4. So 4 players out of your 11, I would argue, well, 3 for definite aren't playing, we know that. Potentially Sterling, so that makes 4. So that only leaves you with 2, 4, 6, 7 players in your team. Yeah, my maths is that bad. 7 players in your team. Dan, you're going to have to do something, some form of transfers, even if it was like you get rid of Watkins and Martinez and Sterling, maybe.
Yeah,
What is your thought process?
I mean, it's pretty desperate, isn't it? Because it would be, once again, let's say, for argument's sake, get rid of Watkins, Grealish, don't play a goalkeeper. Take a risk that Cancelo and Sterling are going to get some minutes. Yeah, it's got to be a minimum of a -8, isn't it, really? So, do you know what's going to happen, though? And I've got a horrible feeling this is going to happen, that, let's say, for argument's sake, once again, I do take the free hit. Sterling will, start and he'll get a brace or something. I'll just be... By Sunday, on that watch-along, I'll just be sick anyway before the start of the game. So it's a real conundrum. But like you said, people say about the free hit, double game weeks, FA Cup games coming into play, fixture congestion, blah blah blah. A lot of the time, it doesn't really. I don't know. It doesn't really matter. I think the bench boost is sometimes a lot better. So, yeah, I've got time to think about it. I have sort of looked at some players that I would put into a free hit team. But let's say I don't play the free hit, I'm already going to be starting with, minimum of a -8. And then on top of that -8, there are players that potentially won't play. And then there's no backup option for them. So the more and more I think it out, the more and more it's going to be a free hit.
Andre making a point here. If this is not a good time to do a free hit, then I don't know what is. A lot of people say that about the bench boost, that they have 15 playing players all having decent fixtures and they're worried about playing bench boost because they're concerned about double game weeks. So Dan, it may be one to really think over. We got David McCannis saying, here's one for you. It's not a bad move. Sterling, Martinez and Watkins to De Bruyne, McCarthy and Adams for a -8. Considering a lot of people are going to be taking hits, Dan, I mean, in reality, you'd be bringing in 3 starting players, so that's actually only a -4 in total. So, and then on top of that, with the amount of people that are taking hits anyway, the reality is that you'll probably be just about breaking even with a lot of teams anyway surrounding you. So, I think you're going to be in a lot of good company. To be completely honest, it's just that. Sterling Brom. Who would you just of interest with the team here up on screen now? Who would you captain just of pure interest?
Oh, okay, sure. So, I mean, obviously, I'd make some transfers, but looking at this team now, I mean, I'd take out Sterling. I'd get in De Bruyne and captain him, really. But Fernandez possibly. But I think that game against West Ham is going to be a tricky one. So yeah. Go for what feels like a safe option, because the 4 game weeks prior to last one, I was going with what I call safe options for captain. It was working every time, and that was like giving me higher scores. And then I tried to be clever last week and it didn't work, so it's kind of like a bit burnt by that. I mean, I hate to say it, but Son against Arsenal could be a good shout.
Sorry, I have to jump in here. That is hilarious. So, friend of the show, Andy, Let's Talk FPL, has kindly donated two Irish dollars or euros, and and he just says, "I go to the gym just to use my phone, Dan."
That's the best thing. Your phone needs exercise as well. So, I mean, that's what it's all about. I'm just glad that you go to the gym so I don't have to, so I can watch these hilarious videos. So that's my workout.
It's all fun and games. So, now then, if anybody wants to come... Well, in fact, stuff that answer, Dan. There is actually someone new in the waiting room, and obviously we've only got a few minutes left, but... Dan, I'm going to bring on a brand new caller. It's a brand new name. I do not recognise this individual whatsoever. So, the stars could be aligning here to be either a good caller or a bad caller. You never know. Maxo. Let's bring on Maxo, shall we? Maxo, are you there?
Hello. You alright?
Maxo, I don't recognise the name. Where have you come from?
No, see, I've been part of the Discord server for about 6 months now. I've always had Discord, but mainly for COD. Got into FPL last season, had a mini league with my mates, somehow managed to win. Don't know how that happened, and then sort of just slowly but surely become more and more addicted to FPL. However, this season has just not been the one for me so far. Currently sitting at like 3 millionth in the world right now. It's not looking great. My team's in live team screenshots. Funnily enough, I was about to press confirm transfers for Sterling to De Bruyne. Then I just hear the Discord notification appear, and so I'm currently here. But I think I'm just going to go Sterling to De Bruyne. If you see my team in the screenshot,
why Sterling to De Bruyne? Just the fear of the fact that he may not.
Yeah, there's that. There's Pep Roulette, and I don't know, just De Bruyne against Fulham. I think, are they playing at home?
Yes.
Yeah. Sterling could, on his day, get a hat-trick easily. However, this season, he's not so much on form. I brought him in to differential all the De Bruyne selectors. However, Sterling is just... I don't feel... When I look at him, I'm not filled with confidence. Whereas when I see De Bruyne, I think, yeah, I could see a brace incoming, especially at Fulham. Long run, De Bruyne looks to be the one over Sterling as well. Mahrez could potentially play over Sterling, and that would just further decrease my ranking, which I just can't afford at the moment. I don't know.
Dan, you're in the same boat as Maxo here. You have Sterling. I mean, we've just discussed your team to death, but your thought processes on the Pep Roulette, in my personal opinion, it just seems that whoever plays in the Champions League, about 5 or 6 won't be playing in the Premier League.
Yeah, I do see your point, but I think it's the safest option at this point. I do have 2 free transfers, bearing in mind as well.
Dan, that's an amazing impression of Maxo.
No, it's cool. It's cool. I mean,
Sorry.
great to have you on, Max. So, yeah, I mean, I think you're doing the right thing, my friend. I mean, I was in this similar boat last game week, and I tried to be clever, and I honestly had it in my head. I was like, yeah, Sterling's going to come back. He's got no offense, Steve, he's going to batter Burnley, get goals. And honestly, I had it pictured in my mind. Like, it's just crazy. And then I avoided the scores. I don't find out the scores. And I watched Match Today Sunday morning, but I managed to find out the Man City score by accident. And I was like, they won 5-0. And I was all like psyched up. And
I know exactly that feeling. Yeah.
And then it was like, Cancelo's not starting. Right, okay. Sterling, not starting. Right, Sterling's going to come on. He's going to get an assist or a goal. It's fine. It's cool. Watching the game, I'm just like, yeah. And it actually worked out because I had Fernandez's advice, but still, yeah. I think you're. It is what it is. I mean, you just got to move on. But he didn't play against Porto. I was surprised he played a strong team against Porto, but I think they're doing the right thing, personally.
Can I ask, Maxo, your team is looking, to be fair, looking excellent. What on earth's going on? Why are you 3 million? Is it just lots of hits?
I came on the show last week, talked to Jason, and yet again my team looked like on paper it will deliver. However, you've got Mane who comes off the bench in the 60th minute, scores a goal, gets disallowed by VAR, whereas Jota for half the price can give you the exact same value. And yet again, I've just my high expensive players, Mane and Sterling, are just not delivering for me at the moment. Calvert-Lewin captaincy last week just blanked. Didn't look that inspiring against Fulham. No, not Fulham. Who were they playing again?
Dan.
Last week they played
Leicester.
No, I've got it here. It was Leeds.
Leeds. I watched that game. Wasn't particularly impressed with how Everton were playing. Without Digne, the crosses into the box weren't coming. I didn't think about that. But what else? My main incomer points were Grealish. It was just Grealish and James combined got me like half my points. Everyone else blanked. It's just Kane as well. Bamford, I thought I'd jump on the Bamford train early because he was getting goal after goal. He's Leeds like talisman. He was doing well. I don't know. It's just not been the one really. On paper, my team looks like it should perform, but it just doesn't happen. I don't know. I don't want to blame luck, but like maybe that comes into play.
Blame it. I do. I blame it.
I don't know. 3 millionth is just not healthy at all at the moment.
No, it's not. Have you I'm assuming you've used a wild card or any other chips?
Yeah. No, just my wild card for the moment.
Just the wild card, yeah. And at the time, were you really low ranked as well when you used it?
I believe I was about 2.5 millionth.
Okay. Right.
I then shot up to, I think I got like 1 millionth at one point, and then from there it's just downhill.
What's your captaincy decisions been like? I know you mentioned like Calvert-Lewin blanking, but I'm assuming for the rest of the
last week Calvert-Lewin. The week before that was when Calvert-Lewin got 13 points and I captained Mane that week against Leicester as a differential for all the Calvert-Lewin captaincy owners to try and climb the ranks even more.
And he had about 400 efforts on goal and he still didn't get a single point. Yep.
Again, luck there just comes into play. And then the week before that was Kane, 18 points. That was a solid week. That was decent. I don't know. It's been all right. It's just I had Pedence, got rid of him, and of course he scores. He just didn't look. When you look at Pedence on the ball, he looks like he could score an insane amount of points. He's got that Messi type vibe about him. He's like low center of gravity. He's nippy. He's sharp. He's quick on the ball. He had it all, and then he just sort of didn't perform. He wasn't getting FPL returns, if that makes sense. But yet again, I sell him because he doesn't perform and then he scores. It's just not been my season, really. Well, I say that. I've only played one season of FPL in the past, which was last season, but I don't know. Still trying to learn the ways.
I think essentially you got the right plan in head. Get rid of Sterling, bring in Kevin De Bruyne, and away you go. But I'm going to leave you on this note here. Arioki saying, if you are patient with Sterling, you could skyrocket like managers did last season. But let's be real here. There's no point in being patient when he's just not delivering whatsoever. Maxo, appreciate you coming on with myself and Dan.
Thank you for your time, Steve-O. Have a good FPL game week.
Yeah, you too.
I'll see you.
We're all in the same club as you, the 3 million club. Nice one, dude.
All right, see you. Bye.
There's
Cheers,
Max over there, aka FPL Tips. That was uncanny. Sounded exactly like FPL Tips. Let's bring on a Dread FPL. Let's see if Dread FPL... Dread FPL, good afternoon.
Hey, how you doing, sir? How are you?
Any words of wisdom for those guys out? Andy, for example, in the gym world, we were having a laugh on the DMs, shall we say, about getting back to the gym and everything, and it's been a bit tough. But we're feeling loose now. We're feeling all good at 5 o'clock.
Yeah, no, I'm feeling much better today. Definitely, it's like I said, we just need to get like a few consistent days under our belts and everything, and our bodies will just sort of like snap back into action. Yeah,
I was amazed when I was doing shoulders today. I managed to do 4 sets of 3 reps of 60k shoulder press. I was just like, what the? That's brilliant.
Yeah, that's lovely. Yeah.
But when it comes to shoulders, I'm just a freak of nature. That's where I'm genetically gifted, shall we say. So, Dread, let's get real here. Your team's up on screen. It's blue and red. And the one player you're captaining this week is Jamie Vardy. Whenever you come on with Jason, whenever you come on with anybody, really, you're defiant in your decisions. And Jamie Vardy, definitely captain for you?
Yep, definitely, captain. Yep, I'm going on the premise that we all expected the Vardy party last game week and everything. We got lucky to get the assist, and I'm kind of thinking in my own head. I'll have to see how it pans out. Because it didn't happen last week. Maybe loads of people transferred him out. Or if you've still got him, you're like, no, I'm not going to put the captain on him again, and he's just going to stun us all now. With it happening this game week instead. And it is like he's playing Sheffield United, and I believe he's a Wednesday fan. So he'll have more incentive to score. And also I believe is Ndidi back? I think Ndidi might be back. So that may allow Leicester to be a bit more creative. I'm basically saying all this stuff because I have Vardy, and obviously I'm biased.
You're going with the 10 players, or are you going to bring in a player for Steele or Martinez?
Well, no, I'm just going to go with no keeper. I'm going to end up fielding 10 players. I've left it how it is, just on the very, very, very slim chance that the game does go ahead.
Dan, there's no chance of that, is there?
No. Sorry. But it's a nice team, though. I like Ziyech. I think that could be a nice differential.
Yeah, I've had Ziyech for a little while and everything. I like him in there. So, he's good.
Yeah, you've got. We've discussed before about the fact that you've got a very strong bench. Obviously, Bamford's going to come on for Grealish. There's a chance that Vestergaard could come on for Cancelo if Cancelo doesn't play. Will start against Fulham, of course. Your midfield is just beautiful. Ziyech, Salah, Jota, Fernandes. You've got Calvert-Lewin up top. Justin. Someone said on the free hit last night about tripling up on Leicester defence versus Sheffield United. Not a bad thought process. But talking of free hits, have you been trying to persuade Dan to free hit his team?
No, I haven't. But I mean, if you were free hitting, then yeah, I'd definitely invest in the Leicester defence. I mean, surely Sheffield aren't going to stun us by scoring a goal, right?
And why aren't you advising Dan to free hit?
Well, you know what? I did see his team up earlier, and yeah, it does look like you've got a few people that won't play. But I mean, if you nail your captain, you can just do damage limitation. And save the free hit.
This is Dan we're speaking to here, Dread.
Steve-O's getting all cocky, Dread, but he's not that far ahead of me in the league.
I think it's about 3 points.
I'll say to you, Steve-O, it's a long season, my friend. Don't underestimate me, mate. I'll be like the Undertaker, mate. Come back from the dead.
Far from it for me to say that maybe Steve-O is taking part in some subterfuge here. But
Somewhat.
maybe,
I'm a working class white boy. Come on, what the hell does that mean? What was that word you just used then?
subterfuge.
What the hell does that mean?
Oh yeah, basically, yeah, it's subterfuge. So he's basically wants you, Matt, to he's trying to get you to sabotage your team, basically.
Well, yeah. Because he tried to tell me to keep Trent, and I got Chilwell in, and it paid off. I remember that. So yeah, spot on, mate.
Dread, I asked Dan this, and I'll just quickly ask you. Are you looking forward to this game week? I said there's a few decent matches going on here.
I am. I'm absolutely looking forward to it because, let's see.
What's the match that you're looking
like
forward
I say,
to?
I'm not playing a goalkeeper and everything, and I know, a lot of people, and quite rightly so, probably they're going to change their goalkeeper or do whatever or take hits to because they've got so many people from Newcastle and or Villa who aren't playing and everything. But I'm sitting here thinking well, if they all take hits to do that, then that will give me the goalkeeper points as soon as the game updates. So I haven't got to worry about not having a goalkeeper.
Dan, what do you have to say to people like this young man here he's adamant? They're saying this line, Yahia is saying, Cancelo won't start. What do you have to say to that, Dan?
I think he's got a good point. I mean, it's not 100%. To be honest, it's not 100% now that he won't start. But I mean, I think Pep did say obviously if they play well in midweek that they could start on the weekend. But they had a good formula against Burnley, and you've got to keep the players happy throughout the season as well, really, and manage the team, so to speak. So I just don't want to. I don't want a repeat of last game week with players that I've invested a lot of money and energy into not starting. It'll just be, I've got Sunday afternoon to look forward to the beatdown. It's I want to be having a good game week so I can creep up the league and pull you down off the ladder. So, but yeah, there is a chance Cancelo won't start. I don't want to risk it really. So yeah, he's got a point.
Dread, final question for you as a Liverpool fan looking forward to the game against Wolves. I predicted a tight 1-0. Dan went with Dan, what did you say again quickly?
1-0.
1-0. Yes, you did 1-0. What are you expecting from this game?
Yeah, pretty much the same. I'm expecting a 1-0 or a 2-1 to Liverpool. It's not going to be a massive scoring game, really.
What's the latest news on, and final question, what's the latest news on Robertson?
As far as I know, I think, Klopp's been his usual self and everything and said, we're going to, we'll have to see. Like he says every game week.
That's right. Right then, Dread. Cheers, dude. We're going to bring on the final guest. It's Dan's mate. It's your mate, Vince. Cheers, Dread. See you soon.
Cheers, mate. Yep.
See you tonight, in fact. And when I say tonight, there is going to be another stream tonight, but we'll talk about that in 2 seconds. Because, Vince, you were the one that shared in the Discord the fact that there's 2 streams today.
Introducing first, the challenger from St. Louis, Missouri, weighing 2.
Hello, guys. How's it going?
Who's that?
That was Justin something. He's the
Ray Orton, I think it was.
He's the announcer for AEW and the former announcer of WWE. What's his name? Justin something.
Justin from Leicester?
Justin Roberts.
Justin Roberts, that's the damn guy's name, yes.
That's the damn guys.
Vince,
I just thought I'd have a little introduction. How's it going, guys?
It's a beautiful introduction there. You did say in the stream, the Discord earlier on, that yes, there's 2 streams today, isn't there? Do you want to tell everybody about the other stream that's going to be happening today?
8 p.m. UK. Get yourselves ready. Get your popcorn ready. There could be hits on the table. I mean, there could be potential meltdowns. There's a guy with fancy lighting and a whole setup going on. It's going to be brilliant. So mayhem will ensue once again. The weekend is here.
And what's the mayhem for your team? It's a lovely looking team up on screen right now. Dan, Vince has got the triple up on Tottenham. It's the usual suspects: Kane, Son, and Reguilon. Vince, are you gonna hope they inflict damage on Dan's Arsenal?
I mean, last week was the first week I went, I can't even laugh at Arsenal anymore. This is the first time I started to feel like they're below any point of challenging or coming back, any hope. Go on, you were saying something. What's that?
Don't you go there, Vince. Not the whole, your team's doing so bad, so we'll give you a bit of sympathy. There's
no sympathy from me, buddy. I'm not giving you any sympathy. I'm just pushing you down a little bit more. I was thinking, I was actually thinking, what was I going to say? That, Grealish will probably outscore most of the Arsenal players this week.
You are the biggest troll going, man. I mean, like, your Grealish thing is just getting... I mean, what is your name now? Vince, Bruno, Grealish, Fernandinho, Ronaldinho, Hernandez... Yeah.
No, Bruno. That's Bruno. Yeah, I don't need to put. But yeah. Sometimes I go in the Discord and then everyone has a laugh and they change my name, so that's why Steve doesn't even know who he's talking to. But yeah, I don't bother with it. But yeah, I have to say that Grealish is what I wake up for, so I'm going to be sad not to watch him this week, to be honest.
A question for you, Vince. Let's blow some smoke up Dan's backside. Are you happy that he's now returned as a permanent fixture with myself? Twice a week.
Are you a permanent fixture? Oh, that's brilliant. I mean, yeah, you getting the band. You got the band back together. Then it's brilliant.
Yes.
It's just like when Take That got Robbie Williams back. The good-looking one's back. So
Now we're talking.
Vince, we got your team up on screen. All seriousness now. There's no Grealish there, but Taylor's going to come on for you. You're solid. You're sorted with your team. Kevin De Bruyne. Have you made any transfers this week? Kevin De Bruyne.
Yeah, I brought in the two Southampton guys. Because I don't like this thing where you've got like 8 heavy hitters up front. I can bench Ward-Prowse, no problem, but he's still a good option to come on for me if I need him. But I wouldn't go any higher than Ward-Prowse. But I'm looking forward to having assets in the Monday game, which most people won't have. So I just extenuate my weekend.
And what are you expecting from that fixture?
I don't know. It could go either way, but I'm hoping... because I like taking free kicks and Ward-Prowse likes taking free kicks. And every time I take a free kick, I shout the player's name, like Maddison or Ward-Prowse. It's going to be now when I take my free kicks tomorrow. So I'm just hoping he can do something. I think he's got massive upside to having him. And it's going to be nice to watch a Monday night game where I've got assets in it.
You've got Guaita. Yeah. What the hell have you got him for?
I've had him since my wild card. So I think game week 3, and every weekend I'm on the Discord praying for a clean sheet. And these I nearly swore there, but this bunch of people always give me gist when he concedes in like the 90 odd minute, and I lose my clean sheet. It's happened 3 or 4 times. But yeah, I want to get him out. But Martinez is gone. It was a game week 12 thing. Get Guaita out because he's got a bad fixture for someone else.
We got quite a few decent games coming up this particular weekend. I think I'm most interested in how Chelsea Leeds goes. For you, of all the fixtures this game week, what are you most looking forward to?
Well, first of all, I have to United need to win, so I'm always fixated on the United game. But after that, I would say I want to see Dan's boys get trounced.
Well, you'll find out on Sunday when we cover the game live, because with the pair of us, are going to be doing the watch along, and Dan's going to be doing all the talking, aren't you, Dan?
Oh my God!
Look, Arteta will come out of retirement and do his spinning top thing and come back in the centre of midfield, and we'll get Wiltshire on a free transfer of the weekend, and he'll turn up. So it'll be a 2016 vintage to turn up, and we'll maybe we can get Adebayor on a free transfer because he's the panto villain. He loves scoring against Spurs. So. Yeah,
always winding back the years, these Arsenal fans, didn't they? They always go 15 years ago in the past.
Man, I feel like we're becoming like the Man United are kind of like the new Liverpool fans. The way they go on about the past, so like we're like the new Man United fans because
we're just harping on about the good old days. But I don't know. It is a derby game, so yeah, I do.
I mean, are you praying for Kane not to be playing then, Dan, or what?
I expect Kane will play. I just think it's more mind games, really. I mean, obviously, I hope he doesn't, but you know, what is he? 75% chance of playing on the game at the moment, and like Mourinho did this before with Son, and then obviously he played against United, and the rest is history. I'll have to get you the DVD of that for Christmas, mate, because you ain't going to win anything this season. So, you know, I'll see if I can get you that DVD and
hashtag
enjoy that, mate. Sorry. But no, I mean, yeah, it's going to be and it is Mourinho as well, and he is kind of like kryptonite to Arsenal.
Yeah, but how many times can you cry wolf for? Now no one believes him that Kane isn't going to play. So I mean, there's only so much. Like I kept Son in my team because I knew Mourinho from United the last time he tried it, and I got like 18 points, and I was loving life. Yeah,
against your team, though?
Yeah, I know.
I wouldn't give a damn about that.
He was in my team already. He was in my team already. What am I going to take him out because he's playing United?
Yeah, no, I suppose, but still, like, I don't know. Yeah, it's going to be. I mean, like you're saying about Reguilon, I mean, we've been struggling to score, and he's a good defender, isn't he, actually?
Really good, really good. I'm really impressed with him. Again, another United target. Not that matters, but...
Yeah. So, I mean, how are you feeling about Cavani? Like, you know, obviously he got his goals against Southampton. Do you think he could come good against West Ham?
It's all about that celebration for me. As soon as we found out he's doing that celebration, it's like, oh my God. He's a legend already. I mean, yeah, he looks brilliant. He looks totally amazing. I think we hyped on it's got him on a free. He's not worth it. Last minute rush, but he's actually a brilliant striker. He was a world-class striker, and quality is permanent. So, yeah, I like it.
He's definitely got a point to prove, hasn't he, to PSG, that they let him go on a free and stuff. So he still knows where the goal is, definitely.
Yeah, again, unlike Arsenal, I don't want to keep sending jabs your way, so that will be the last one.
I mean, it is what it is. I mean, Lacazette scored a cracker last night, but I don't know if I don't think he'll start against Spurs, and then the
Lacazette outscores Grealish this week, then we should have a bet on that.
Well, no, we won't have a bet. You can change if that happens, or. You can change your name to Vince Lacazette Aubameyang.
Okay, I'll do that for a week. I'll change my name to Vince Lacazette Aubameyang next week. If
he outsourced Grealish?
No, so Grealish is getting 0 points. So if Aubameyang can get 1 point,
I don't know about that. Grealish, he's a good player, mate. You never know.
Vince, just before we let you go, one final question: Man City versus Fulham. What's your score prediction, and how many points is Kevin De Bruyne you think going to get this game week?
I haven't put much thought in this one because of the 5-0 the game week before and KDB, and it just looks set up for goals. Therefore, it's probably a 2-0 or a closer game than everyone imagines. My thing is, it's 2020. Everything that you think is going to happen is going the other way. So that's my mantra this year. 2020, baby. Whatever you do, you like the previous guy, Maxo, you had on, and he said he looks at his team and it's a brilliant team before you go into the game week, and then it doesn't pan out that way. I just think that this one seems like a surefire thing, so it's probably not going to go the way we think. But I'll say 4-0.
Yep, agreeing with me. Vince, you're a star.
Oh, yeah. You're a star. You're both stars. Glad to have you back, Dan. Lovely to be on, and good game week to everyone. And come on, Tottenham!
Cheers, Vince, for the first bit and not so much for the second bit. But yeah, take care, buddy.
There's a regular of the show, fan of the show, Vince, Vinny boy, Vinny Mac. All right, Vinny Mac. If no one has a clue what I'm talking about, do some history. Vince McMahon, WWE owner. Dan, that's it. That is you and me done for this particular preview show I want to let everybody know right this second, right now, that Jason is going live. Jason is live tonight at 8 p.m. So if you wanted to come live on air but didn't have the opportunity to do so, get on with Jason. Jason does like taking callers, doesn't he, Dan?
Yeah, he does it very well, mate.
Yes.
So it'd be interesting to see if he has, some of his callers tonight, whether anyone else is like in the free hit boat. Maybe that might persuade me when I check in later on. Definitely should be another good stream, and it'd be interesting to hear what people have got to say about their teams this particular game week.
Dan, what was it like, your first official show back?
Yeah, it's good to be back. It sounds strange, but it doesn't feel like I've left. But then, of course, that's the beauty of Discord and getting callers on, that people, the community is the show, essentially. Because it's that kind of immersive, and obviously it's very exciting, really.
Yep, and there we have it, everybody. Appreciate everybody joining us for this afternoon show. We're going to clear off into the sunset. If you are completely brand new around here, hit that subscribe button, but more importantly, hit that like button. Hit that like button. Follow us on Twitter at Elite FPL, of course. Join the Discord. That's how you get live on air with myself, Dan, and/or Jason. Yes, Dan.
We've got 184 people watching at the moment. We've got 50 likes. I'm one of those likes. So if we can get to, let's set a realistic target. Let's say if we can get to 80 likes, then I'll do a free hit.
I would say 100 likes. Come on, but we can do it live on air if you want.
Come on, let's get those likes up.
Flame it out, Dan. On that note, let's stop clickbaiting. Cheers, everybody, for joining us. Cheers, Dan. Cheers, Dan. Make sure you
check us out.
Yeah, catch us on
Elite
Sunday.
FPL, Twitter. Remember that. Elite FPL on Twitter. Check us out. And see you on Sunday for more pain for Arsenal.
Yeah, see you on Sunday for this that's up on screen right now. Me and Dan will be back for Tottenham versus Arsenal. And tonight at 8 p.m, Jason will be back live taking your calls. And that's it. Cheers, everybody. Take it easy. Have a good evening. And have a good weekend in the world of fantasy football. Take it easy, guys.